Chapter 7. Hack 4. Feeling Good-ish. I have to ask, did you invest some time implementing the diversion hack in your daily routine? Or did you simply steam ahead into this chapter? You are ready for Hack 4 only if you can honestly say you are experiencing moments of absolute silence in your shitstorm. Moments when the stunned beast shuts up, however briefly, as a result of your diversion and bitch slapping. If you can't yet feel that silence, go back. Reread the last 2 chapters and practice your hacks. Hack 4 sends us on a search for wisps of good feelings to fill that brief silence. If you're tempted to blow through this hack or skip it entirely, please don't. Hack 4, Feeling Good-ish, lifts you above the continuous epic battle with the beast and awakens your ability to direct your thoughts to a more pleasant place. I implore you to read Hack 4 and actually use it, starting today. As you practiced Hack 1, /, you gained skill at recognizing thoughts that feel shitty as they land. Have you also observed an occasional thought that feels good? Or at least good-ish? Maybe 1 in 1,000? Yes, every once in a while a good feeling bubbles up, however tiny. It happens most often when you are distracted by something you enjoy doing, or at least feel neutral about, such as cooking a meal, exercising, creating or repairing something, or walking the dog. Can you recall one itsy-bitsy good feeling? If not, keep a lookout for a short, subtle, pleasant feeling that sneaks up on you. If you can think of one, are you surprised to realize you typically squash it instantaneously? For example, you're biking or running or driving, letting your attention wander, and one of those endless thought-feeling loops suddenly feels, wait, what? Kinda good. Perhaps you're thinking about a guy you met recently, and the thought, I think he likes me, generates a nice feeling. Before it even settles in, though, you crush it, shut it down. Nah, he probably just wants to get laid like every other male on the planet. Result? Good feeling immediately turns into shitty feeling. Or maybe you notice a stock or mutual fund you bought recently had a nice uptick in value. Hey, that was easy money. Then you immediately think, so what? That doesn't begin to make up for all the shitty investments I've made. Or, crap, that won't even cover the cost of the fender bender I had on my car last week. Your first realization of this reflexive shutting down of goodish feelings can be shocking, unsettling, even dumbfounding. What the hell? Don't dwell on it, though. Recognize the shutdown as another technique the beast uses to devour your life force. Then deploy the first technique of Hack 4 and simply acknowledge and appreciate the good feeling. A simple thank you is perfect. You just increased your life force a tiny bit. Do not fall into wondering why you had a good feeling. That question is the beast trying to slash you and take it away. Accept it, and wait for a tiny spark of gratitude that indicates an infinitesimal increase in life force. There's little more to say about this first technique of Hack 4, Feeling Goodish. You expand Hack 1 to include acknowledging the occasional good-feeling thought the instant it lands, and you take a few seconds to possess and appreciate each one. Maybe nod your head and make a half-hearted attempt at a smile. Sigh if you want. That's it. These few upbeat seconds provide a wonderful respite from continual micro/hacking and bitch slapping. Of course, it helps to be alert for patterns. If several feel-good moments happen during a specific activity, listening to music, joking with friends, or exercising, for example, move that diversion higher on your list of favorites. Insert appreciation. The second feel-good technique comes into play during those brief moments when the bitch-slapped beast shuts up for a few seconds. Earlier I suggested you merely enjoy the silence until the beast starts harassing you again. Now I recommend you use the empty space to tweak your life force by deliberately inserting a thought of your own making. What kind of thought? Initially, I want you to appreciate something. Anything, actually. The first thing that comes to mind will do nicely. As long as you feel at least a tiny whiff of appreciation, you cannot get this wrong. You might find it easier to simply look for something in the present moment, as opposed to searching your memory for something to appreciate. For example, if you're staring into the mirror and you think, I'm glad that butt-ugly zit on my nose is smaller this morning, I applaud your effort. For those times when nothing in the present moment seems worth appreciating, grab the first positive thought that comes to mind. If you think, I am glad the military-industrial complex hasn't started a thermonuclear war today. I say you are feel-good hacking like a pro. Again, the content of the thought you generate is immaterial, just as the contents of the shitstorm the beast hurls at you are irrelevant to our purposes. All we care about is you're using the momentary silence to uplift your life force a milliamp or two by generating a little appreciation. Try it right now. I bet your beast will shut up for a few seconds just to see if you can pull this off. You can do this, no matter how dark your mood. If you can't generate enough enthusiasm to say, I admit the sunshine does look nice on those flowers, you can fall back on, geez, I'm glad there isn't a giant rat gnawing on my big toe right now. You feel me? Exclamation point it. For an extra jolt of energy, see if you can put an exclamation point on your upbeat thought. For example, that's a nice sunset. I mean, damn, that's a nice sunset. If you've succeeded at generating a decent thought of appreciation, you'll probably agree it only takes a small additional effort to slap that exclamation point on it. Try it. It's fun. Sometimes your life force might be so depleted that you cannot drum up any genuine appreciation to insert into your wonderful moment of beastly silence. That's okay. Can you think of anything that adds infinitesimally to that tiny feeling of relief you just had? It might be a sarcastic thought, a sexual fantasy, or an upbeat memory. The objective is to use your mental creativity to generate a thought that you like, one that adds incrementally to your life force in this very moment. Wait, am I asking you to find a thought that feels better? You thought I had dispensed with that, right? Yes, I did say attempting to counter every shitty thought with one that feels better is utterly exhausting and much more depleting than continuous bitch slapping. I say this with years of personal experience with both techniques, so you can trust me on this. That said, finding just one good-feeling thought to fill the occasional moment of precious silence in your shit show is not hard at all, and it gives you a powerful tonic on your road to neutral and beyond. In the beginning especially, moments of beastly silence are relatively few, so you'll probably have sufficient energy to generate a little appreciation or another thought that feels good. I know you will. Then what? What should you do immediately after your brief sensation of appreciation? If you're lucky, you might be able to string together 2 or 3 thought feelings of appreciation before your mind wanders into territory the beast finds fertile for feasting on your life force once again. Recommence bitch slapping, as necessary. Those few feelings of appreciation have real power, though. They nudge your emotional set point up a tiny bit, like a half-full helium balloon drifting slowly and erratically toward the ceiling. They prove, right now, that you actually possess the power to improve your mood, however slightly. The feeling good-ish hack is the easiest of the 7. Look for small breaks in your shitstorm and fill each with a thought that stimulates a spark of appreciation. Over time, these thoughts might become deeply moving, such as profound love for another being or heartfelt respect for some aspect of yourself. For now, though, the thoughts can be goofy, sappy, ridiculous, nonsensical, or ironic, as long as you get that short, sweet balm of appreciation. Blessings. For a little variety, try our second option for proactively filling that tiny, empty thought space. Bless somebody or something. It doesn't have to be a person in your life. You could bless Mother Teresa or Gandhi or Madame Curie. Bless a superhero, an animal, a tree, or even your bicycle. Just use that brief silence to send a little jolt of warm, caring energy off to someone or something, somewhere in the multidimensional universe. Add intent. As more mental and emotional space opens up to you, consider adding intent to your bag of tricks. In that silence between beast attacks, declare something you want to be, have, or do that feels good when you think of it. Your statement of intent can be specific, such as, I will receive a new job, or car, or lover, or tattoo. Or it can be general, such as, my life is improving continually. Any intent that feels good is acceptable. So immediately discard any statements that feel lousy. If the concept of inserting intent into the empty space between shitty thoughts feels daunting or annoying, forget about it for now. Stick with finding something to appreciate or bless, and the intent will arise of its own accord in due time. 15-second TBI routine. Perhaps you find it relatively easy to fill the beast's occasional momentary silence with a bit of appreciation, blessings, or intent of your own invention. If so, congratulations are in order. You now qualify for the trifecta technique of Hack 4, Feeling Good-ish. You're likely to forget this little trick by the time you finish the chapter, but I want you to try it at least 2 times, just to see if it helps you. I rely on my 15-second TBI routine first thing in the morning when I wake up and my ravenous beast starts feasting furiously on me. I bitch slap intently and then segue into my TBI routine. You can easily do it too, in 15 seconds or less. All you need are 3 fingers and your imagination. Spend 5 measly seconds apiece on the 3 tasks below. Number 1. Thanks. Raise your closed fist and then extend your thumb to represent the letter T. Speak or think of something you can appreciate right now. It can be something real. I appreciate this beautiful sunrise. Or farcical. I'm glad I don't need an iron lung to breathe. Number 2. Bless. Now extend your index finger as well to signify the letter B. Think of an individual or group, living or dead, you wish to send healing or loving feelings to. Generate and send. Number 3. Intend. Then extend your middle finger to represent the letter I. Imagine one action you intend to undertake today. It can be anything from, I'm going to sit on the crapper for a long time, to, I shall start writing my first novel. Do the 15-second TBI routine as often as possible, at least once a day. To help you remember it, think of the acronym TBI, for Thanks, Bless, Intend. Try it right now, and don't forget to include your thumb and fingers. Go to page 20 in your PDF workbook and dream up your first TBI in 15 seconds or less. Naturally, the beast will have something shitty to say about each TBI effort you make. Don't let this micro/slash surprise or annoy you. Bitch slap the beast. At the beginning of this chapter, I urged you to read it, and I thank you if you did. I now hope you can catch those momentary silences in your shitstorm and fill them with thoughts that feel good-ish. You'll be glad you did. We have reached a turning point in the 7. Your first 4 hacks focus entirely on the shit show in your head. Assuming you've actually delivered on your intention to make some changes, you first got good at calling out each thought-feeling micro/slash the beast uses to diminish your life force. You grew insanely vigilant at bitch-slapping the beast for every frickin' micro/slash. You deployed diversion techniques to cut down on the sheer volume of micro/slashing and bitch-slapping. Now you're filling brief breaks in your shitstorm, breaks you created, by the way, with intentional thoughts that kindle appreciation, blessings, or intent. Perhaps you even feel a twinge of hope that you might someday raise your emotional set point permanently to neutral and beyond. The first 4 hacks are simple, far simpler than psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, internal family systems, or conference room therapy for your 22 personality fragments. We have dramatically narrowed things down to your shit show, the beast. A lot of bitch slapping, some diversion, and a tiny touch of feeling good-ish. Even someone as depleted and miserable as you is getting juiced up for some serious bitch slapping. Now, put this book down for a while, or lend it to a friend for a week, and practice your first 4 hacks. As you master them, your emotional set point will trend upward toward neutral, and you'll no longer be owned by the beast. These 4 hacks alone will give you emotional freedom and renewed life force that, until recently, felt unattainable to you. When you return, we shall turn our attention to the final 3 hacks, which will help the new and improved you deal with the craziness of your external world.